Hello, welcome to my second video of today. Forgot to plug the USB, but it's a pleasure. No, I don't think the S&P has reverted the short-term downward trend that it was in. I'll show you. And also, I'm not worried about this recent drop in Bitcoin. I'll also show you. So let's start with, let me first go to the charts and then let me show you the chart, not Bitcoin for the moment. Let's go take a look in the S&P, where if we look at from far away, we see, well, very clear, this is a rectangle. So far we've had three tops, three bottoms, and I don't think it's going to escape from this accumulation. That should continue the downward movement and make the prices come down to test this 2740 level. And then after that, it will have support in all these bottoms that we can see here, 2650 and then 2400. And of course, each time it breaks this support, it will be confirming our analysis that this upward movement, this trend that started in after the subprime in 2009 has been reversed, and for that reason I suppose I understand the market is going to correct first Fibonacci level, which would mean another 37% downward. Actually, don't tell anyone, but I don't really think the market is going to hold in the first Fibonacci correction level, because you know it's been going up for 10 years and artificially going up with all these quantitative easings. So I think this time the drop should be even bigger, and that's going to cause recession. And unfortunately, Brazil, my country, is going to suffer. We're third world yet, we're a developing country, but our economy is not that good. But anyway, I guess later on we're going to be one of the first to get up again. So I'm just hoping that what's coming come and go fast. I'm just hoping. Bitcoin, I suppose, is going to benefit of the market going down, because the dollar is going down at the end, gold is going up, and Bitcoin is going to follow gold and go up as well. And my forecast for Bitcoin is very positive, very, very bullish, as I'm going to show you guys right now. So here is Bitcoin, which well, I'm going to the weekly chart here. I've said sometimes already here in the channel, but I think we shouldn't count these in terms of Elliott Wave counting, because that's what took Bitcoin out of zero and made it get stabilized at $5. So if we start from here, so far we've had wave 1, 2, 3, 4. These wave 4 here, the one we had in 2019, I think it's very clear as a corrective wave, because we had a wave A descending triangle, which is by definition a corrective wave, not an impulsive wave, right? And then another impulsive wave. So we had so far an ABC, and now we, as I see it here, we have started a new upward impulsive wave. That's so far, and we'll go to the daily chart now. So far has had 1, 2, 3 upward movements, making waves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we could expect something bigger, and that's what we're having. And I think we just had a we're seeing a symmetrical triangle. I'm going to trading view now because there's a bug in our system here that we're repairing, but from 9 to 12 we lose the quotes of today, but we're repairing that very fast, I'm hoping. So I'm going to be showing you Bitcoin here, and just to show you that so far today's drop has gone so far to the support line of this symmetrical triangle. So far all is good. Bitcoin is probably reverting right away. And by the way, we did made a recommendation which I'm going to be showing you now. No problems with our hourly chart. The recommendation was made over here at 10,178, and they should be asking, what is this? Oh, that's what we call the foot. Considering that the stop was a foot away, then we think that, well, the thing is, if the market comes a foot below the price that we entered the market, then we're going to be stopped and we're going to lose. That's the good thing about using hourly charts. Our stop is 3.2% away from the entry price. So if the market comes 3.2% downwards, we're going to lose 3.2% of whatever part of our capital, whatever percent of our capital that we decided to invest, our Bitcoin capital, right? Yes, my friend, the position sizing is the most important thing that you can think of. Think of the size of your position in order for you to lose always the same amount, the same percentage amount of your capital. With that, you're going to balance your psychological. And if you do it, you have a very good chance of successing in the market. Combine that with trading with the chances in your favor. For instance, whenever you start a position, set up your stop and think about your objective and calculate the profit loss ratio. It should be 2 to 1 at least, right? And then size your position in order to lose always the same amount. How much you're gonna lose in every position? Well, if you want to make 100% a month, of course you're not gonna be willing that, right? Warren Buffett and George Soros, they do around 25% a year, and they're the guys. You're probably not the guy. But anyway, let's think, for the sake of making it simple, let's think of 100% a year. You need to make 5.95% a month. If you consider that you're only going to take those positions that have a profit loss ratio of 2 to 1 at least, then if you risk 1% in a trade, eventually, if your objective is achieved, you're going to make 2%. You need 6% in a month. You can do 2% in a trade. You need 6% in a month in order to make 100% a year. So why the hell should you risk more than 1% in a trade? Calculate the size of your position. That's the most important thing that you can do. For that, you have to get your capital, divide by the distance, the percent distance of your stop, and multiply by 1% if you're willing to lose 1%. Multiply by 0.5 if you're willing to lose just 0.5% of your capital. Then you'll be calculate, if your capital is in Bitcoins, then you will calculate this, the percentage, I mean the size, the amount of Bitcoins that you're gonna put in the position. Of course, then you have to divide it by the cost or by the price of Ethereum, if you're buying Ethereum in that position. And you will find out how many Ethereums you're gonna be buying. Okay, so that said, let's go back here to Bitcoin. And so this is it. Our objective, initial objective, of course, is over here close to $100,000. What made us start this position was this sort of reversal that the market did here. It broke less support here, and then it closed upwards. And now I think, well, I think it's flagging up. That's what it's actually doing. Now I'm going to be showing you the cryptos that we're keeping an eye on. First one's Chainlink, Engine, Yoda, Lisk, Matic, Nano, and NEM. But we go to Trading View here, starting with Link, because Link so far, thank you, Trading View. I have my own. So far, it made a impulsive wave so far, I suppose, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it corrected. That's a 50% correction of this upward movement. Broke this resistance line, and we're taking a look. We think it's actually flagging up here, so we're keeping an eye in the 24,600 Satoshi level, which is this resistance. Oops, sorry, which is this resistance here, and if it breaks that, we probably going to be recommending. Yes, we do have a calls product. If you want to be informed about it, please see down below. You can call our office, and you can have it for free for a period. So back to the chart here. Yes, I am showing the chart. Next one is Engine. Well, Engine has so far, let me show you here, and then let me show you what, the last prices. The daily price, yeah, the daily price, and then I'll switch. So it has it produced us a engulfing pattern in a important support level. Now back to Trading View here. And that's what goes on after the engulfing. It is, we think, flagging up. So we're keeping an eye on the hourly chart in this resistance trend line here, the hourly chart. It is actually flagging up, so it's probably giving us a good indication in the next hours. Next one is Yoda. Let me show you here. Yoda. No, not Nano. Yoda. Yoda is here, and well, it gave us a engulfing pattern, and the context is good because, as you see, it did it in this guideline of this downward trend channel. Now, what's it doing right now? Yoda, it's also kind of flagging up, so we're keeping an eye on that after the engulfing here. See about the 24,300 level. Whenever it breaks it, I think it might give us an indication, and if it only goes to the resistance long-term trend line, it would go some 80% upward. Next one is Lisk. I'm sorry about this mess, but anyway, we had a Lisk is also in a good contest because it broke this support here and came back again, and look what it's doing. Lisk. Well, actually not much, but yeah, it's kind of flagging up here. We're just keeping an eye on it. Next one is Matic. Matic. Let me show you here. Matic. Well, Matic broke this resistance trend line after the first rally, after it's been launched by Binance Launchpad. It corrected and broke this resistance line. It was kind of flagging up here, doing a sort of a symmetrical triangle as well, right? Sorry about this. That's what goes on. It's actually, it looks as it is escaping this triangle. So we're keeping an eye on it, but I think it would be safer for one to wait until it breaks 180 satoshis. Next one is Nano, which as I'm going to be showing you here, Nano gave us a bear trap in its last bottom, but this also shows us interesting thing is that we had this resistance long-term trend line here, and this could be a sort of a pullback to this former resistance trend line, which is offering support now. So that's important. And whenever I see the market breaking this low here and not going through further down, and also when I see the market producing a bear trap here, I start thinking that maybe we're with a reversal, and that's what it's doing right now, sort of flagging up, right after this engulfing here, sort of flagging up here. So that's why we're keeping an eye on it. And the other one is name, which is right here, name. It also gave us a engulfing pattern, and with a good contest, because it's, you see, as you see in the guideline, the trend channel, downward trend channel. And so an engulfing, and then the market goes sideways. We're keeping an eye on that. If it goes above 550 satoshis, maybe it's going to be starting out seasons, right? So this is it for today. If you like it, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, click the bell, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.